put hashtag replay so I know you're here. Just waiting for a couple of channels to get set up, getting this into a couple of places. And I haven't done this live in a long time, but let me make sure I got these and we should be good to go. All right. What's going on, everybody? Hey, if you're watching this, then you might be wondering, what are these body balancing drops? Why are they viral? Why are people around the world using this and doubling their weight loss, feeling better, and balancing their hormones? Today, I'm going to dive into that. And if you stay till the end, and whether you saw it from me or someone else tagged this on, shared this with you, get back to them. And this could be the solution that you have been looking for to feel better. So, with that, it's an honor to be here with you. My name is Zheng. If you don't know my background, I first got introduced to these body balancing drops actually in 2012. In fact, if you've used these drops before, if you're watching this, put in the comments if you had that opportunity. What are some of the responses and some of the feedback that you've gotten? But I stumbled upon this. Actually, me and my wife both did before she was my wife, actually. But I stumbled upon them. I was super skeptical because, probably like you, I thought I heard it all. I grew up a chubby kid, so weight was always a big thing. And I wanted to make sure that I looked and felt good. But food was a very big issue for me. I think for me, I struggled with what I now know to be food noise. Food noise is actually an imbalance in your hormone, specifically ghrelin. Ghrelin, I call the gremlin because it makes you hungry and stuff. I didn't know that. I just knew that I wanted to eat all the time. When I ate breakfast, I thought about lunch. When I ate lunch, I thought about dinner and kept on going. And I knew that I could cut down fat. I knew I could diet, exercise, do all that. But to be honest, it wasn't worth the sacrifice. And I wanted to be fit and healthy and everything. So I heard about these drops and I'm like, I don't know. Can drops under the tongue really do something? But I looked at the clinical trials and I discovered that the science actually made sense. My background is I was going to UC Berkeley studying to be a medical doctor because I'm Asian and that's what you do. So I was hyper skeptical. I was born with the belief or raised with the belief that if there's a ill, you can take a pill for that. I never believed in supplements. I thought they were expensive urine. But then I realized I just didn't do my own homework and my own research. And especially nowadays, you realize that nutrition really is the big thing. I'm sure you might agree with me on this statement that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So, anywho, I sucked up my pride and ego and I said, what is there to lose? But wait. And I gave them a shot. And in 25 days, I was skeptical. So I purposely just tried to see what would happen. But I didn't exercise and I lost 25 pounds in 40 days. I got abs for the very first time. It's like the fat just melted off. And what was amazing is my cravings went away. I used to eat rice all the time. I'm Chinese. I stopped craving rice. My family was like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I just don't crave it anymore." Little did I know that was probably my insulin getting balanced because of the ingredients that are in the body balancing drops. My ghrelin was getting under management. My wife used them as well too before she was my wife. But she found some amazing effects. Many people use this for many different reasons. She wasn't looking to lose weight. Um, she was looking to balance her hormones. And for her, she had bad menstrual pain. So every time of the month, she had massive cramps, and it was just not a good time for her. She realized when she used the drops, she was able to actually those pains went away for whatever reason. I'm not making a medical claim. Nothing I share today is meant to cure, treat, or diagnose anything. But I will say it's the only thing that changed. And it wasn't just us. We decided to then partner with them. And in 2012, we were one of the first people to share what these drops are all about. And over the last 13 years now, we've helped thousands of people around the world, all shapes, all body sizes, all ethnic backgrounds, all ages, all different types of medical histories and everything. And it's not just about weight loss. I think it's important to really talk about hormonal balance. And that's really what it's all about. So you might be asking, well, what are hormones and why is this so important? Well, I wonder, have you ever experienced any of the following symptoms that I'm about to share here? Have you experienced mood swings, low libido, headaches, night sweats, food cravings, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, fatigue, weight gain? This plus a ton more things. Did you know that the root cause is hormonal imbalance? And specifically, when we're talking about hormonal imbalance, we're going to talk about four of them. Now, there's over 50 hormones in the body. Hormones are chemical messengers from the brain to the body, and they're basically the things that tell you to do something. All right. But there's four that we are talking about here. Insulin is one. Insulin is your blood sugar balance hormone, your fat storage hormone. So it's a thing that shoots up when you eat a bunch of carbs, for example, so that you can absorb the sugar into fat. You probably know insulin because if you spike it up too much, too often, then what happens is you grow insulin insensitivity. And then that's when your insulin doesn't work as much. Your blood sugar stays high and elevated. And that leads into what's called a high A1C. And a high A1C basically means that you're pre-diabetic and diabetic, which nowadays, unfortunately, I think it's somewhere around a third of Americans and around the world, diabetes is rampant. In fact, if you know somebody that is type 2 diabetic, type 1 is genetic, type 2 is lifestyle induced. If you know somebody that is a type 2 diabetic, whether it's you, a family member, or a friend, put a 2 in the comments below. And this is what I'll say through research, through the studies, through experience now, we can say, in fact, we partner with medical doctors that specialize in reversing type 2 diabetes. Now, I'm not saying the drops reverse type 2 diabetes, but there's a combination of things that you can do to start to get your body back into balance. So, insulin's important. We also are going to talk about cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone that is known as the stress hormone. And it's an important part in our body, right? Our body goes through these fight or flight responses, which is needed. Maybe you're in a very stressful situation. You have to all of a sudden have a sudden exertion of energy and you got to get things done. Well, if cortisol is raised too high for too long, it can lead into a lot of issues. In fact, the immune system is tied directly in reverse proportion to cortisol. When cortisol goes high, your immune system goes down. And if you stay too high in stress mode, that's why you are prone to sickness. Many of us are in chronic stress all the time. If you just think about now compared to 20 years ago, the amount of information that's being thrown at us every single day because of these things, phones, is quite intense. How many notifications do you have every day? How many emails do you have every day? How many messages get unread? I don't know if you're like me. Are you the type that if you have notifications unread, it bothers you? Or maybe you're the other type of person that I don't understand. You just let it fly. You got 20,000 unread notifications. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that you're different from me. But we have a lot of that, right? We have advertisements flying at us every single day. Besides just normal life, kids and work and life and news and blah, blah, blah. Cortisol is at an all-time high, and that leads into a lot of negative issues as well, too. Third hormone is leptin. Leptin is a fat storage hormone and a fat release hormone. So when this is not in control, then your body's not able to properly metabolize fat and use it correctly for your body too. And the final one I mentioned in my own personal testimony is called ghrelin. Ghrelin is an appetite hormone. So when that's not in balance, you're hungry all the time, food noise happens, you overeat, and all of that. All right. What we've realized is if these four are out of balance, they negatively impact all other 50 hormones in your body. So, what's our goal? Is there a way to balance those four core hormones? Because if you do, then it's going to help with the rest of your body as well too. That's why the body balancing drops have been such a valuable program, even now more than ever before. What are we competing against, or what else is out there? Who here has ever heard of a GLP-1, glucagon like peptide 1? How about shots that are out there, pharmaceutical shots that are aimed to primarily deal with the A1C levels, but actually now it's been approved to have weight loss claims. So there's a lot of hormonal things, or even external hormones or hormone shots. We know that hormones are a very key component of vital health, and we're just trying to find ways on how to actually navigate that. Traditionally, though, these other programs can have side effects, right? You have to be very mindful. I'm not saying one is right or one is wrong, But I am saying, shouldn't we be educated and informed? Ultimately, you're in charge of your own body. I believe our bodies are a temple that God gave to each and every single one of us. We need to honor it because we have a limited time on this side of eternity. So, are we being mindful of what we put into here? We don't just wake up with disease one day. We just don't wake up with chronic pain one day. We don't just wake up with inflammation one day. It is a byproduct of habits that are done or not done over the course of time. I hope that makes sense. So, my goal is that you have an awareness to your body. I'm not saying that these are the cure all or anything, but I am saying consider something. Why not consider a more holistic solution to dealing with core issues rather than trying some more invasive situations later? Because there's many different ways that you can do this. So where does this come from and why should we even trust something like this? Well, these drops are distributed by a company called Partner Co. Now, why is this important? I want to make sure, especially in the supplement world, that you find a company you can trust because unfortunately, unlike medical drugs, some people ask, are these regulated by the FDA? They're not FDA registered. FDA is Food and Drug Administration. I retort back to them, well, actually, no, because no supplement is regulated by the FDA because it's not a food, it's not a drug. Did you know the FDA cannot have jurisdiction over supplements? It's just not there. And there's many reasons that that might be the case. I won't dive into those today. But what does that mean? Well, it also means that you have to be mindful on how a supplement is made because not every single supplement that's made in the store shelves is actually effective. In fact, not too long ago, there was a study done in Walmart where they took all the products off of the store shelves and they did a simple test. They asked, is what was claimed to be on the label in the bottle? Did you know that 4 out of 5, so 80% or 4 out of 5 supplements on the shelf, what they said was in the label was not even in the bottle? Like, that's kind of crazy, right? So if it said it had omega-3 fatty acids, sometimes it didn't even have that. Or sometimes it was expired. So you want to make sure that if you're going to ingest something in your body, if you're going to spend your hard-earned dollars, then you want to make sure it's something quality. So what makes this any different? Well, Partner Code deals with a lot of different types of products, but this is why for 15 years, my family has trusted our health to this brand. Well, third party certifications. We regularly, as a company, pay other third parties to come in and say, hey, inspect us. One in particular is the cologne list. This is one of the highest, strictest standards in Europe, actually. This is a athlete approval. So if it's safe for athletes, then it's going to be safe for other people. So very important that you are making sure that what goes in your body is actually clean. There's also clinical studies and tests done all the time and a lot of physician endorsements. So you can be rest assured that they're safe. Practically speaking, I've been sharing these drops now for 13 years and we've dealt with thousands, tens of thousands, I don't know, a lot of people. What I like personally is when I share these, I know the worst case scenario that happens is they don't get the effect or the results that they're looking for. But I've never seen anyone go to the hospital. I've never seen anyone have a crazy reaction. Like, I've never seen anyone do something that was life threatening. I think about the parallel, which is a pharmaceutical drug. And once again, nothing against that. But how many times have you seen, unfortunately, negative side effects by a pharmaceutical drug? That's why if you take a look at a commercial for any pharmaceutical drug, there's a whole list of side effects. Have you seen that? You might have asthma and dementia and cardiac arrest and death. But you might lose some weight. Now, how about you? But I want to be careful. Like, I cannot risk these things. I'd rather not if I don't have to. So the worst case scenario in this product is that it just doesn't achieve the result that you're looking for, which is very rare. We've seen most of our clients get amazing results that are following the program itself. All right, let's keep on going here. So I can trust them. Others can trust them. It's been here for a long, long time. We've sold 2 million sets of these drops. Actually, this is now 2 million. There's various forms depending on where you're in the world, but they all work the same way. They're plant based ingredients, they're hormone free, stimulant free, and they're proven science. The ingredients in there support those four hormones: insulin, ghrelin, leptin, and cortisol. When these four get balanced, you get effects like better mood and focus. We've heard so many stories of people saying, I just feel better. A lot of women actually end up loving to use these products. Women, especially, that are going through perimenopause and menopause. Women, shout out to you. You guys are amazing. One of the big symptoms that they mention that they feel is brain fog. And you know what I've noticed over the course of time is people have been using this body balancing program. They're saying brain fog's better. And of course, other things. Mood gets better, cravings get better. You heard my wife's testimony. She said her menstrual pains got better, digestion gets supported. Also, good energy. And if you are looking to lose weight, you will double weight loss. In fact, there is a study done on the body balancing drops, um, and it showed statistically that if you were to diet and exercise, which, of course, if you want to lose weight, you're going to probably want to diet some. You're going to probably want to exercise some. Like, it's a good habit to have. I'm not saying don't diet and exercise. Some people say, James, well, I don't know. I just want to do it the good old fashioned way if I want to lose weight. I'm like, I get what you're saying. But if you have a way to naturally balance your body and allow your body to lose weight and release it in a more healthy way, why not do that? So let's say if you're to diet and exercise, and then you diet and exercise while using the body balancing drops, statistically, those that incorporated the drops lost weight 2 times faster. Why? We're dealing with the core imbalance issue. We're dealing with the hormonal side. So if you're able to get that imbalance, the rest is going to get better. Hope that makes sense. Right? Now, if you don't follow a good diet and exercise and you use the drops, can you lose weight? Here's the truth. I've actually seen many clients, they have the most horrible diets and they lose weight, and that's cool. I've also seen people that have horrible diets, use the drops, don't lose weight. The reality is this: if you use the drops in conjunction with whatever lifestyle system you're doing, you will lose 2 times more. So if you're going to lose a pound in a month, you might lose 2 pounds in a month. If you're going to lose 5 pounds in a month, you lose 10. On average, our clients have lost 10 to 15 pounds in a month by following the body balance program. All right. Now, what is entailed in the program if you are doing it for weight loss? Now, we're looking to balance the hormones. One of our chief science officer, Dr. Josh Plant, says it this way: while most other programs you lose weight to feel good, this is a program where you feel good to lose weight. So our goal is a balance from the inside and it is expressed outside, if that makes sense at all. So if you take a look at this, well, our program, we come with an approved food list, stuff like that. It's all the things that you know that you should do: lean protein, veggies, fruits, nuts, seeds, cut out the processed junk, right? How does this make it easier, though? The drops do have a craving control element to them by supporting the ghrelin. So it'll actually make it easier. I used to crave rice all the time. I realized that I stopped craving that. I was getting my hormones balanced and it was super helpful. But if you start to eat good things, and that's why if you're actually going to follow the program, we actually usually tell our clients are eating way too little. Most people are under eating the right things and overeating the wrong things. You will not starve on the program. You'll love the lifestyle. In fact, otherwise, afterwards, you'll continue to like to live this way. That's why when people ask James, do people get rebound weight gain after they use the drops? Because it's a real thing. Here's a fun story. Did you know that 98% of people that go on a diet program regain their weight and more within 2 years? Well, how is this any different? Well, what's great about this program is you're not just limited to a program, shakes and bars. If you ever see any other program that only relies on their food, their products, their food, I'd be a little bit wary about the long term effects. For example, I used to use a shake and bar diet as a part of a weight loss program. When I was on shake and bar, guess what? I lost weight. When I got off the shake and bar and back onto my normal food, I gained the weight back. Why? I'm eating the same, I'm living the same. So, what's great about the body balancing program is you're eating real food while you're on the program. your cravings change, you actually learn to love that. So if you just continue to eat that way afterwards, you sustain the weight loss. For me, my testimonies, I got a six pack after I used the drops. I've maintained abs for 10 plus years now. And now I'm in my 30s. So it still works. Why do I bring this up? Because we're looking for longevity. You see, the most expensive product is the one that doesn't work, I've realized. So let's keep on going through here. So the programs like that. Let me just share some stories, right? No claims, but these are just real stories. Fina is a good friend of ours. She's a registered nurse out in Australia. She had hypothyroidism. And she wanted to see if she could get her thyroid back in balance. Now, the drops don't balance thyroid, but they do balance other hormones that could impact thyroid. So she decided, don't do this. I'm not condoning this. Talk to a medical professional. She wanted to do a test. And she said, you know what? I'm a nurse. I can take my blood work. Let's go take a look at this. She decided to not take her thyroid meds, use the drops for a few months, took her blood work again. Not only did she lose 20 pounds, her blood work came back. That's what this image is here. And her thyroid was back to normal. And it's been years since, and it's still normalized. Congratulations, Afina. Russell, he's a good friend of ours as well. He had what you call the dad bod. And the dad bod is not just a dad bod. In fact, this is a very unhealthy thing. Have you ever poked a guy? Usually it's a guy, right? That's a dad bod. You poke a guy in the stomach and they might have a big stomach, but it's hard. Do you know why it's hard and not flabby? If it's hard, that's actually really, really negative. That means that they have what's called visceral fat. Visceral fat is toxic fat, bad fat, that's surrounding the organs behind his abs. So it's literally pushing out the stomach to go outside and the abs to go outside. Visceral fat is one of the leading signals that there's going to be other types of health issues like heart disease and all types of stuff. So Russell struggled also with asthma. He also struggled with being on different types of medications. Well, he used the body balancing program. In 1 month, lost 27 pounds. It's almost a pound a day. But not only that, for some reason, his cravings for smoking went away and his asthma went away. He completely changed his life. I can't say it's the drops, but I can say if you balance your body, you'll be surprised what your body can absolutely do. I believe God made the body miraculous. Just feed it what it's supposed to have, and you could do some amazing things. Maria Cristiano is a good friend of ours down here in Southern California, was on a hormone patch. She wasn't necessarily just looking for weight loss, but she wanted to feel better. Well, she started to use it. She was going through those perimenopause and menopausal years, and she tried everything. Nothing worked. Used the drops, no longer on the hormone patches, lost weight, and hot flashes went away. That's huge. Congratulations to Maria, reclaiming her vitality. How about Amy? There's so many different types of hormonal imbalance issues. Maybe you know someone with PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. She had that. She had swollen joints. She had hot flashes. She's not even that old. You know, she had everything, migraines, autoimmune issues. It wasn't until she tried the hormone balancing program, the body balancing program, that she was able to lose 55 pounds. She became pain free and she regained her confidence, right? Like that's really the biggest thing. Remember, want to feel good on the inside to lose weight, if that's the target right there. Okay. Many stories. Shauna Carroll. I love this story because Shauna's somebody that she didn't get fast results. She used the drops in the program for 90 days and she lost zero. Most of us would be very sad after 90 days with zero weight loss. Well, Shauna kept up the program. And after 90 days, she started to see the scale move finally. A year later, she lost 100 pounds. She's a completely transformed woman inside and out. She's beautiful inside and out, even before, but now she's allowing herself to step into the full vitality that she really was called to have. Congratulations to Shauna. So I have so many stories from there. I won't get too much into it, but after this, you're probably wondering, how do I get started? One way is you can just become a customer. You can grab it for retail. If you're in the United States and we're around the world, we're in 50 plus countries. But for one box of drops is $176 USD, and it's worth it, right? You know, there's many people that are using other stuff that costs two times more that has long-term side effects. This is safer, cleaner, healthier, and it works a lot better in long term. You can also buy in a bundle within bulk and save up to even 25% per box of drops. That's one way you can consider. Another way is you can also partner with the company and you can share. If you're the type of person that knows that if you find something valuable and you'd be down to share it with other people, well, find a way. We help people make money with this. We help people get their product paid for. If you sold three of them, find three buddies, you earn enough to get your set paid for as well too. So you can partner for a one-time lifetime fee of $30 US. You get discounts now and you can share and earn. In fact, you can earn up to 43% when you share a set of these body balancing drops anywhere around the world. So there's that aspect. A lot of people love doing that. But finally, maybe you're somebody that's looking at this, they're like, there's a lot of people that need help with this. Maybe you're looking for retirement. Maybe you're looking to travel the world. Maybe you're looking for something more exciting. Well, there's actually a whole business aspect here. We have what we deem the six-figure blueprint. We've helped many people get to some massive incomes in this company, whether that's 1,000 a month, 1,000 a week, or 10,000 a month or more, up to you to be able to get more freedoms into their life. What would that mean for you, by the way, to have extra income? Would it mean that you can leave your job that is suffocating you so you can spend more time with your family? Would it mean for you that you can actually afford the vacations that your family wants to have, not just can afford to have? Would it mean that you can actually look at retirement and you can actually feel hopeful about it rather than worrying about if you can survive through all of those years? Or maybe it means you have ways to give back. One of my favorite things to do is we're very big on ministry. And we were so grateful that we had an opportunity that we worked at it, we scaled this, we, work hard. We were able to tithe more in 1 year than we used to earn in a whole year. And we know that's going to expand the kingdom and just do so many cool things. So, whatever that is for you, we have a whole system and a blueprint that helps you duplicate and scale and really get this with our top rated comp plan. And there's simple ways, right? We have a whole system that'll track customers, help you to sell, help you to build the team, and help you to scale that to even higher incomes as well, too. All right. So, at the end of this, there's going to be three decisions you can make. If you want to transform your health, transform your life, three options. You can just be a customer. If so, get back with the person that connected you so they can share with you some next steps, get into our communities, and we'll definitely love to support you. Number two, maybe you like to refer. Maybe you like to share. You're like, that's great. I love to get a discount, maybe a little side thing. Then partner with us with a $30 membership and then try some of the products and you'll love this. And maybe just maybe some of you see a massive opportunity here. I've seen so many people that come in here say, you know what? I don't want a business. I just want to try the drops. They came and they tried the drops, and all of a sudden it takes off. And they're like, wow, where did this whole other life come from? I've seen it around the world because why? People are looking for the solutions that these products can carry right now. Hormonal imbalance is off the scale, and people need help with that. So if you'd like to partner with us and run through a six-figure blueprint, let us know. We'd absolutely love to partner with you on that. But of course, after that, get back to the person that connected you with this if you have some other questions and information you'd like to take a look at. Guys, I've been doing this for 13 years now. Why? I mean, people are like, why are you still doing the same thing for this long? Honestly, if I could find something better in terms of the impact this has on people's lives, I would do that. But to this day, I have not yet seen another aspect, another program that can do what these drops can do. And then in turn, create the types of opportunities that this can create. We're just obsessed about this. There's still a lot of people that help. There's still a lot of people now more than ever that need to know about these things. So if you see that opportunity, we love to partner with you. One last thing I'll invite you to, if you want to know more about this and you happen to catch this live, tomorrow, August 27th in the United States and August 28th in Australia, we're doing a special call where we're unveiling the six-figure blueprint. We're going to unveil the veil. We're going to talk about exactly what we do, how we're going to help you, the systems we have. We're going to show you what average people are doing around the world to be able to scale something significant from your phone. We have Pam Middleton, a retired registered nurse that's doing phenomenal things. She tried 9 other businesses, none of them made money. This one worked. And Annika Bell, who is a global social media strategist, branding expert, and incredible leader here. And we're going to be unveiling that. So if you'd like to access that, get back to the person that connected you. We'd love to invite you to this and share with you what is happening. All right. Other than that, I hope this was informative. If it was, get back to the person that connected you with this. If you're going to comment below any questions that you have, or share this or tag someone else on this too. Other than that, God